Hello everyone, the story I'm going to share today is the Black Magpie quest to find the sun. Long time ago, there was no sun in the sky, no light, and no warmth in the world. There were no rays of light cast between heaven and earth, and everything was in darkness. People lived in painful existence. Then there came a black magpie. Upon seeing people's misery, it was in tears and said, "I must find light for the world and bring hope to the people." The magpie heard that there was a master of light who lived at the end of the horizon and controlled Earth's light. So it flew all the way to the end of the horizon. The bird flew and flew over the mountains and over the seas, but the land and sky were still covered in darkness. It flew and flew over the forests and over the snow-capped mountains, but all remained dark. Although the magpie was extremely tired, but it thought of pain of people living in darkness, it became strong and said, "As long as I'm alive, I will strive to find light." Finally, along the seashore, it saw a beam of light coming from a luxurious palace. It lit the whole sky. "Ah, this must be the home of Master of Light." The black magpie rested in a pine tree on the water edge and thought, "How can I see the Master of Light?" At that moment, a lovely girl walked out of the palace. She was the daughter of Master of Light, and she came to drink water. The black magpie quickly transformed itself into a small pine cone bud and fell into her bowl as she was drinking, and she swallowed it. The pine cone bud flowed into the girl's stomach. Several months later, she gave birth to a baby boy, and the Master of Light was overjoyed. One day, there was a lot of guests in the master's palace. Each of them had a chance to see his grandson. The little boy was pretending to play, but he was actually trying to find the source of the light. He saw a big wooden box flashing and quickly crawled toward it. His mother saw what he was doing and began to help him. She opened the wooden box, and there was another wooden box. Then she opened that wooden box, and there was a small box inside. His mother opened the smallest box. Instantly, a gleaming box illuminated the whole palace. It shined very brightly, because the innermost box had a very bright ball of light. This bright ball was exactly the thing that he had been looking for. Now, it was in front of him, but the black magpie had to think of the way to remove it from the palace. The boy stared at the glowing ball and happily called out. The Master of Light said, "Grandson, if you like it, go ahead and play with it." The boy's mother took out the glowing ball and handed it to the boy. As everyone was looking at him with bright ball in his hands, the little boy retreated to a palace near the chimney. Shaking his shoulders, he quickly turned back into a black magpie. Everyone in the palace was surprised. They called out, "Ah, little boy is actually a black magpie. Catch the thief. He wants to steal our glowing ball. Come on, everyone. Fence him off and don't let him get away." Soon all of them blocked him in a circle. The black magpie stood there quietly and didn't move. The Master of Light didn't open his mouth, and his eyes stared knowingly at black magpie. The black magpie bowed low to the Master of Light and said, "Dear Master of Light, you did not catch me right away. That means you trust me. Thank you. I planned to escape from the chimney with this ball of light, but I see you are so kind, and I don't have the heart to take away your treasure, so I stayed." The Master of Light stared at Black Magpie quietly, still not opening his mouth. Then the black magpie continued, "Dear Master of Light, you control the light in the world, but there was not even a ray of light there. All lives are still in darkness. I have flown for several thousand miles, and I have suffered a lot of hardship to find the light. I was even born as a grandson because I wanted to find the source of light. I planned to just fly away when I obtained the bowl. I did not intend to confess to you, but what you've done has deeply moved me. You are a loving grandfather. I think you also love all the people in the world. If light could be given to them, I'm willing to lose all my freedom." After hearing his speech, the Master of Light finally opened his mouth. "First of all, I must tell you, you think you could escape from the chimney, but all the chimney is blocked, and there's no way to get out. All the iron windows of the palace are closed. No matter how you change yourself, you cannot escape." The black magpie said with a sigh, "So everything is in your hands." The Master of Light continued, "There have been many people who have wanted to obtain my bow of light, but their hearts were not pure, so they never succeeded. You are the first to come here with a pure heart. I was also moved by what you've done. The people of the world have never experienced light because there has never been an unselfishness person like you. You may take this bow of light with you. This bow of light has a new name. We will call it the sun." Then the door behind the black magpie opened. The black magpie bowed low to the Master of Light, then carried the bow of light with his mouth and flew out of the door. The Master of Light smiled slightly as the black magpie flew away and said, "This is simply a gift for my grandson." The black magpie flew and flew. All places it passed became bright. With all its strength, it flung the bow of light into the sky. The sun hung aloft there. Since then, it has shown its light to the people in the world every day. Thank you very much for listening to the story. More touching stories will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.